Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are as of the moment. I hope that you are doing great, healthy, and most of all, at peace in your heart as well in your mind. Welcome to the first episode of our My Widgets podcast. I am Tad, your one and only host. Well, for now. Well, here we will discuss other topics, not just tech, but also probably career, startup, business, music, marketing, advertising, photography, YouTube as well, of course. Videography, maybe a little on videography. And actually, anything interestingly helpful for you and also maybe for me. For our first episode, let's talk about branding. When we hear about branding, there's always a perception that this is for the business, this is for the entrepreneurs, this is for the big boys. No, 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 no. I think branding is very important, even for a YouTuber, for a podcaster, even for a writer. Branding is very important. And I'm talking about personal branding. When you reach the age of maybe let's say 30 years old, based on my personal experience, at this level or at this stage of your life, you really don't care much about this word. Personal branding primarily is very useful, and especially when you are in a corporate world where I came from. Now, let's go back to the personal branding. Primarily, if you are entirely focused on corporate world, this is very, very useful. For us, kasi when we are in the corporate world, earning enough for your needs, or maybe a little on your wants, as long that you have that paycheck in your hand, done. Your work is done. At the end of the day, done. I have my paycheck. That's it. Right? But as you age, you will have a realization. I guarantee that you will look for more money. You will look for more vacation leave, and you will look for more satisfaction. I guarantee you that. As you go along, you will. Really, you will. Been there, done that. But I may be wrong. I'm just a human. I may be wrong. Whether you will be a businessman in the future, as I mentioned before, you want to be probably a writer, salesman, marketer, or YouTuber, you need to establish a personal branding. You should. Personal branding has become a crucial for professional success in today's highly competitive and interconnected world. Like companies, they establish their brand identities to differentiate themselves in the market. Yeah, a very competitive market. Individuals can shape their personal brands as well. You know that? You need to stand out. You need to make a lasting impression. Now, this podcast is about the concept. What are the concepts that you need to do? And to achieve the personal branding that you are aiming. Sabi nga nila, to stay relevant in the field or industry that you are working on. The importance of this, what are the maybe practical strategies, yung hindi naman ganun kahirap, to build a solid or maybe a foundation. Let's go on the foundation first. A foundation of having a personal branding. Now, a very important point is, what is the definition of the personal branding in the first place? Ano nga ba? Bakit nga ba kailangan ng personal branding? Ano nga ba meron? Well, for me, this is just my opinion about the personal branding. Personal branding refers to intentionally crafting and managing your image. That's very important. Managing your reputation and also your unique value proposition in the professional world or let's say corporate world. This is very important, that three pillars na yan. Now, it involves showcasing your skills. Parang interview, di ba? It's just like a job interview. But this is very important. This is true. It showcases your skills, your expertise, and personality to create a distinct identity that sets you apart from other, maybe your colleagues. Of course, they were your friends, but in terms of personal branding, these are the things that you need to consider that sets you apart from others. Your personal brand reflects who you are. That's important. What you stand for and what you bring to the table. Whether you are working with a businessman, whether you are engaging with a situation, whether you are planning a project, these are the things that you need to consider if you wanted to build a foundation of a personal branding. Now, I can give you seven important tips. Just seven because I'm still on the stage of building my own foundation of personal branding. But these are the things that I am currently working on. Okay. First is differentiation. So when we say differentiation, let's say in the job market, very crowded. There's a lot of competition. The competition is very stiff in the job market. Personal branding can help you differentiate yourself from others. How and why? Because it will allows you to highlight your unique strengths, your unique skills, work ethics, and experiences. Because these are the things that the company that you're working on, if you're still working, are looking. And they were considering you as a valuable asset if you have these traits, right? Second is credibility and trust. In my 17 years in the corporate world, very important to maintain a credible image because the world is round and the world is small. At any point in time, your boss right now, in case you will have as you will in the future you will be separated, I can guarantee in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, you will still bump to each other. This is the thing that what they call don't burn bridges. Maintaining an image or maintaining credibility is really hard to do, and also building trust is really hard to gain. My advice to you is maintain a strong personal brand to your peers, to your employers, and if you are engaging with your clients, you need to establish this two word credibility and trust. Consistently demonstrate your expertise. Always do what you promise. This will be the key to two words again: reliability and trustworthy. Third is the career advancement. When you have a personal branding and you establish the foundation of your personal branding, it can open new opportunities and career advancement. I can guarantee that. Especially in the corporate world, if you're working with the multiple departments, your company is have multiple departments, your superior will protect you not just because he wanted to protect you, but because he wanted to keep you, because he knows that some of the managers are spying on you to be on their team. I can guarantee that. For me, a well established personal brand can attract attention from not just your boss, but also other recruiters, headhunters, even your clients. And maybe if you are in the YouTube or in the podcast arena, there's a lot of collaborators that will vouch for you or maybe approach you to collaborate with them with some of their projects. It will lead to exciting, maybe promotions if you are working right now, or maybe projects from your collaborators. And this will be the bridge to your professional or personal growth. Fourth advice that I can give is networking and connections. Your personal brand is a foundation for building meaningful connections, and expanding your personal or professional network is very important. People will recognize and resonate with your brand, your personal brand, and and maybe in the future more likely to reach out to you. As I said before, maybe collaborate with you. And you know the advantage of our marketing nowadays? Very important tool or very good strategy is word of mouth. All right? Next is probably you should define your purpose. And what is your values? You're doing personal branding because you wanted to be not just well known, but to have an image that you can depend on, not only now but also in the future. So start by clarifying your professional or personal goals. Is it aligned with your values? Is it aligned with your objective? Maybe 5 to 10 years from now? And what you want to be known for? Ano nga ba talaga yung gusto mong makilala sa'yo? And also, you need to identify. You need to align. You need to align your unique strengths and passions with your personal and career aspirations. These are a self-reflection. It will lay the foundation of your personal brand. I think we're on the sixth, right? My sixth advice for you is just like other marketers, if you're doing marketing, maybe you know this, or you're doing videos, or you're in the creative aspect of our industry, they say that a good story will sell. So, be prepared. You have to craft your brand story. Ano nga ba yung story na gusto mong iparating sa kanila when you're doing what will be your attractiveness from the community or the company or the industry? You need to craft your brand story, your personal brand story. You need to develop a compelling narrative that communicates your journey. What are your experiences that you can share to them that they can relate, and the value you can bring. Your brand story should reflect your authenticity. Remember that, and it should resonate with your target audience. Whether your target audience or if you're a manager, your subordinate, if you have a boss, maybe they were your target audience as well. And it's not really hard to share your success, whether small or big success, share to them. Also the challenges that you experience. And very important, you share the lesson that you learned as you go along with these experiences. Learn to connect with other people. And the seventh that I can give you is consistency is the key. Be consistent. Be crucial in personal branding. You have to ensure your brand messaging. Sabi nga nila, you have to ensure your tone. And it should have a visual identity. And it should be consistent across all platforms. Sabi nga, don't be doble cara. If you're working in a corporate world, you are known in the office as a very approachable person, very transparent person. It should be consistent when you are dealing with your client, and also when you're dealing with your friends outside of the office. It should be consistent. Consistency helps build recognition and reinforces your professional identity. So those were the 7 advice that I can give. As I said before I start, I'm also building my foundation in terms of personal branding. If you know my YouTube channel, tad.mywidgets, I have lapses. I'm not perfect. I'm really not perfect. I have lapses in my craft, in my creativity. I owe a lot from my audiences and my subscribers because everything is a work in progress. And do not ignore feedback. Feedback can refine and adapt your personal branding over time. It also remains relevant and resonates with your audiences. We need to consider feedback if you're doing podcasts, from your listeners, if you're doing YouTube, from your subscribers. Very important. For me, in an increasingly competitive world, personal branding is a very powerful tool for career advancement. Whether you're working on certain projects or you're still working, you wanted to advance in a corporate scenario or corporate world, By doing a strategic approach, it can shape your personal branding. You can differentiate yourself. You can establish credibility and open doors to exciting opportunities. I think the key here is you have to invest time and effort in building a personal brand and let it serve as a beacon that guides you in your path to success. All right, so that's our first episode of podcasts of My Widgets podcast. I hope this will not be the last. I promise you, I will make improvement as we go along. I will check and craft some interesting topics for you. These are the things that I wanted to share and I wanted to improve on. All right. So thank you very much for listening and hope to see you again on the next episode. See you. Take care. God bless. Stay safe and healthy and be nice to everyone. Bye.